Right, today I've come back to Wayland Smithy because it's about as far from my house as I can legally justify going. It's time to talk about the coronavirus. So, the coronavirus. This presents a pretty significant limitation on In Search of England and basically means I can't do it. Coronavirus is a pretty dangerous disease. I'm lower risk than most people because I'm young, but I'm also higher risk than many people because I'm very fat. There are people younger than me and healthier than me that have died of this disease. It kills about 1% of the people who catch it. It is a deadly disease. It is incredibly contagious. It's as contagious as the common cold. It's very difficult to avoid catching it if you are around other people. However, even if we were to assume that I was completely immune and I cannot get the coronavirus, I could still spread it. Everything I touch with my hands, everything I breathe on could potentially be a vector for transmission to another person, and they may not be invulnerable to the disease, as we are politely assuming that I am. The most dangerous thing you can do with a disease like this is spread it between many different populations. And what does In Search of England entail? Going to lots of different places with lots of different populations. So even if I were immune, I could be a very dangerous part of the chain of transmission. On top of that, that's a groundwork of ethics, but on top of that, it is now legal. It is now illegal to travel except for exercise, work, and basic shopping. The Ridgeway is where the Wayland Smithy is based. It's a good place for hiking and walking and running and that sort of thing. So I'm justified in coming here. It's a little way from my house, but not unreasonably so, but does probably represent the limit of how far I could justifiably go to get my daily exercise. I couldn't go I couldn't go all the way to Avebury, for example. Let's just say I hadn't gone to Avebury. I couldn't say, "Oh, I'm just getting my exercise in, officer, on this site that's 40 miles from my house." That isn't going to fly. So what this means for In Search of England is that I can't film for at the very least the next 3 months. And if I'm truly honest, I'm expecting it to be most of this year. Does this mean that In Search of England is going away? No. I've always maintained a backlog because the times that I've been able to film have always been a bit up in the air. So I should be able to get another 6 or 7 videos out. Some of those are already edited, some of those are in pieces still, but I've got about 6 or 7 episodes, and then that will be it. It's not going to be any fun for me. I'm going to be cooped up inside, not doing what I love, which is going to places and telling you about them. But it's unfortunately necessary if we're going to fight this disease. And realistically, until there is a vaccine, and that vaccine is delivered to almost everyone in the country, it isn't going to be safe to do In Search of England. I will be following the government advice on this, but that's what I think is likely, that we're going to be at least the rest of the year out before I get to do what I do again. In terms of finances, you don't need to worry about me. I have a job, and that job isn't likely to be going anywhere. It is protected, and they're redeploying a lot of people away from people who don't have a good use for their time. They're being redeployed. I probably won't need to be redeployed because of the nature of my work, so I should be fine. If you did want to dupe me any change for whatever reason, there's always the donation thing at the bottom, but please don't if you are in any way financially constrained. Everybody needs to be watching their money at this time. I will probably spend my newfound free time doing more book writing. Just a reminder, I write lots of books. I was going to have 3 come out this year. Whether that will still be the case, I don't know. But I do still have 3 up on Amazon now, which you can read by using the link in the description below. Now, you've probably got a lot of free time. I don't think there's a better time to read my books. If you like In Search of England, you'll probably like my books. They're set. A lot of them are set in historical settings, and they have a similar sense of humour to me. So that's basically where we are with the coronavirus from my perspective. You'll still get content for the next couple of months, but then I will go quiet until I'm allowed to go and travel again. It's unfortunate. You can see it's a beautiful day. There are lots of places I would like to film at this time. I've got a few days off. There are places I want to go, but it isn't right for me to do so, both legally and, truly speaking, ethically. It's not right. So, yeah. And of course, we can't assume that I'm invincible. I'm probably, for my age bracket, one of the most likely to die. So, yeah, we got to take it seriously. Got to take it seriously. So that's all from me. Stay safe, stay well. Look after yourselves. It's going to be a difficult year for a lot of us, I think. And if it's an easy year for you, you're very lucky. Try and help someone who's having a harder year. As it may be my last time to record anything for a while, I thought I'd take the long route home and record it so you can drive along with me, as it were, and enjoy the unusually empty roads. There's a reason I don't usually record me driving places. It would basically be looking at the back of a Ford Transit for half an hour.